All too often in life, human beings have this tendency when they suffer to assume that what they're going through only has negative potential. And so, what we do as believers often is that we pray from the minute that our suffering begins till the minute that it's done, that God will take it away. Because we don't realize what the Bible truly writes about the redemptive potential of suffering. One of my favorite basketball players in the whole world is Steph Curry. He was drafted in 2009 by the Golden State Warriors. Now, what a lot of people don't know is how his championship teams came together. Now, one thing was crucial: his injury. Early in his career, he had a devastating injury that left him on the bench for weeks and months. And I have no doubt that for him as a ball player, that was depressing, that it was difficult to go through rehab. But here's what happened: the Golden State Warriors, by not having Steph Curry, ended up losing a lot of games. And so they're suffering and he's suffering. But here's what came of it: they ended up losing so many games that they ended up getting a really high draft pick in the following year after Curry was injured. And they used that draft pick to select Klay Thompson. Now, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry have become known as the Splash Brothers because they are two of the greatest perimeter shooters that ever played in the NBA. These two individuals became the foundation for what became the Warriors dynasty, where they won 3 NBA championships in the span of 4 years. Steph Curry got hurt, and I have no doubt that he was angry about that. That being a Christian, that he even asked God for supernatural healing. But by leaving him on the injury list, what God did is put Curry and the rest of the franchise in a position where they could acquire a really special player. Someone who, together with Curry, would establish a team chemistry and culture that would not just allow them to win one championship, but would allow them to one day attract Kevin Durant, who helped them win 2 additional championships. Sometimes suffering is not inherently negative, something that needs to be chased away. Sometimes it is the very thing that sets us up for a great victory and great triumph. So if you're like me and you want to leave a legacy on the earth and you want to do something special for the forward progress of humanity in the church, understand that suffering is part of the journey, part of the preparation, and sometimes a necessary step for you to do what God has called you to do. So as you suffer, perhaps in this current moment, or if you begin to suffer in the near future, cultivate a biblical mindset of understanding that suffering has amazing potential and that we should embrace it. Pray for your healing, but find contentment in suffering and allow it to form you, to shape you, and to set up a series of events that can lead to something extraordinary happening in your life.